With Buffalo's win today, the Colts and Dolphins both have to hope to qualify as wild cards. They have no shot at the AFC East title any longer. Miami coach Don Shula joins us live now from his home in Florida. And, Coach, I would say that the single biggest play in the entire league pertaining to any team or any race all season long turns out to be the last play as time expired in your opener at Joe Robbie Stadium against Buffalo. If Jim Kelly doesn't get into the end zone, that's a two-game swing, and you're in a whole different frame of mind as we talk right now.
We had a 11-point lead in that ball game with 4.5 minutes to go, and then to see it wilt away, and then on the final play of the ball game, Kelly gets in for the touchdown, and we'd love to have that one back, but unfortunately, you can't change the score.
You played them twice. You see them every year being in the same division. How good is Buffalo? Because they're a mystery team. At the beginning of the year, they're 6-2. They clobbered the Jets today, but in between, 2-5.
Well, here's what you have to think about. They had a healthy Cornelius Bennett out there today. He had been missing for the past 5 weeks. When they got Cornelius on one side, Bruce Smith on the other side, they can put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Jim Kelly has struggled. He's had his problems. But the other thing that you got to remember is Jim Kelly took them to the AFC Championship game last year. And a Jim Kelly that's playing well is a pretty good quarterback. He's had a few problems with interceptions, but I think that this team is capable of putting it back together.
Now, you know this, Don, but for the benefit of our viewers, in order for your team to get a wild card, you got to beat the Chiefs tomorrow and then hope the Colts lose to the Saints, the Browns lose tonight to Houston, and Pittsburgh loses tomorrow to Tampa Bay. A lot of pieces of the puzzle have to fall into place.
Yeah, we have to have a lot of luck. We got to do the job ourselves. There's no question about that. We felt 3 weeks ago that we had to win all three, and then we beat New England on Sunday night, lost last week, a disappointing loss to the Colts, and we thought we were headed in the right direction, but played poorly last week. So we hope we can end up with a good one and get the help that we need.
The Chiefs played a terrific game against you earlier this year in Kansas City. They dominated the game at Arrowhead. What do you have to do differently this time around if you hope to win at home?
Well, they're an excellent team with Okoye on the ball control, and that hurts us because teams keep it away from our offense. And defensively, Schottenheimer has done a good job with that defense. They've got Neil Smith on one side. They got Derek Thomas on the other side, very similar to Buffalo. They put a lot of pressure on your quarterback all the time, and they've got some corners that do a heck of a job of coverage. So we've got to be able to run with the ball some, and we got to be able to score. We scored against them in the second half of the ball game up there, but it was too little too late.
The Chiefs are in the same situation basically as your team is. They have to beat you tomorrow and then hope that 3 or 4 other wild card contenders lose, so their chances are also slim. What's your assessment of your team right now as it tries to build back toward consistent playoff contenders status, whether or not you make the playoffs this year? How much progress have you made in '89?
Well, we went into the season feeling that we had to improve our defense. There have been times where we feel that our defense has improved. Other times we're disappointed because other teams can control the football on us. Offensively, we went into the year with the hope of improving our running game. There have been signs with Sammy Smith that we're going to be a better team running with the football. But overall, the consistency of being able to run with it hasn't been there. So we, at times, have put it together. Other times, we're just searching and trying to develop more.
How about Marino, Coach? He's still very good, but he's been off the tremendous standard that he set for himself in his first few years. He leads the AFC this year in interceptions. His touchdown passes are down, and so is his completion ratio. What's his problem been, if that's the right way and the fair way to put it, a problem?
I would say that in the last 5 to 6 weeks that Dan Marino has had assorted injuries. He's had ribs, he's had a shoulder, he's had an elbow problem. He still has an elbow problem. He's missed practice time every week. There are weeks where he didn't practice and played the game. This week he's practiced 2 days throwing the football, and I think that has hurt him some. Early in the year, we had some interception problems, and there was just some bad decisions, some drop balls, some tip balls, and we weren't able to put it together early in the year when we had to. 2 weeks ago, against New England on Sunday night, we felt that everything was headed back. Marino was hot. Our running game was starting to show that it would contribute, and our defense did an excellent job against them. But that hasn't been the case consistently all year long.
Don, as always, we thank you. Good luck tomorrow against the Chiefs, and Merry Christmas to you, Dorothy, and the whole family.
Thank you, Bob.